I come from East Africa, Kenya, the capital city being Nairobi. When I sit here and listen to these conversations, I sit back and laugh. I think your problems are menial. We look up to this country a lot in terms of progress, growth, evolution, technology. And so when I look back at where we come from and the kind of challenges we face, it's very interesting to see that. I think the comparison. But I'll just start by giving a brief overview of who we are and what we do as an industry in East Africa. So HomeBoyz Entertainment Company was founded, I think, sorry. Click up, please.
The green button.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
Yes, it was founded 20 years ago by myself and my brothers. So we started off as a small entity playing music in parties, clubs, DJing at weddings. And fast tracking that, 20 years later, we're now probably the most, or the busiest, I wouldn't say the largest, entertainment platform that provides or supports various sectors of the industry, be it concerts and events, educational forums, government, drama, theater, conventions like this. So the company, I think, has grown in leaps and bounds. What you can see is just a setup of our offices. So these are our new swanky offices, 20 years later. But really, the kind of events we engage in, as you can see, we have high-profile personalities coming to the country. That was the Pope that was here last year in Kenya, and we had to support that trip. He had about 6 of these engagements across the country, and he had to make sure that thousands and thousands of people had to see him and hear him. I think it was the largest undertaking yet. We even actually had to get some support from a company in South Africa to help us deliver this kind of personality. But also, as you can imagine, this kind of responsibility expects huge resources. They don't take anything for granted. They don't assume that they're in Kenya, so they're going to expect less. A rider is a rider, it's a rider. Whether it's in New York or it's Kenya or South Africa, they expect the same level of production. So I guess this kind of challenges make us think within ourselves, extend ourselves, but we had no option but to deliver. And we did deliver. That's the Prime Minister of India again coming through for a big convention, again, multitudes of people, various locations, setting up shop for hundreds of thousands of people across the country. And we're proud again to be part of this activation. This was the presidential debate that we did 5 years ago, and we're doing one again next week for the current election. So again, we're tasked to build a kind of set, organize all the broadcasters to get a set by link, and make sure we broadcast across all 12 networks in the country. So we pulled that off as well. This guy came through as well, Obama, in August last year. Again, same challenge. He's POTUS. They have a rider this thick. You've got to tick every box before he gets on that platform. So what I'm trying to say is, based on this kind of outcomes, we've been forced to comply. No room for excuses. And I think that's how the company's grown very, very quickly and very, very fast. And I think we're at a platform now where we think we can take on anything. And for us, we dare to dream. If you can cover those 4 personalities over a span of 1 year, I think it shows that you have great capacity. And I think for us, really, there's no looking back. I'll just go dwell on some of the challenges we face in putting some of these things together, which I see coming through here over and over again, is human resource and capacity, which boils down to now what we're talking about. Education, production skills, which for us, obviously, coming from where we are, I think South Africa has been doing this kind of incentives for the last 20 years. We started doing this about 10 years ago. The country has evolved with the new president. There's a lot of focus in Kenya right now, so you've got all sorts of personalities trying to come through and meet and trade with the country. So we've got big conventions, big forums, and when they come through, they don't expect anything short of what they used to. So like I said, we have huge challenges in terms of resourcing our company, getting the right people to understand the right type of equipment that's required, and whatever they request, be it NS6 or DTIC or D12, we have to be able to get it and utilize it. And like I said, don't compromise on what they expect from us. When I hear the conversation about training and resource building, for me it resonates in my heart very, very closely. To a point where we're now also forced to set up our own training institution, similar to what you're trying to do with the Backstage Academy. When we reached out to our education ministry to register this, they had no idea what we're talking about. And they said, what are you guys trying to do? Training on what? Where's the curriculum? It didn't exist. So right now, as it is, we're registered as a computer school. And that's how we win. So again, for us, we had no option but just make it work. Yeah? And they slowly begin to understand, hang on a minute, so where are these kids who are doing this job coming from? I mean, you didn't work for the president, he's asking, where did you train this guy? So we worked in the reverse. So like I said, we're in a space where there's no choice. You make it work or you go home. So I think we've really been able to adapt. This is our first lady who runs a huge marathon. So again, this is an event that required registering over 80,000 people across the country, beaming this event live across 22 cities in Nairobi, and then doing all the logistics for it as well. So like I said, the country is still very, very young, but the demands are huge. So the growth is exponential. So we have obviously whatever is required to deliver. So we've been forced to invest in trucks and LED screens. We also do a lot of, right now we're in a very heavy campaign mode. Elections are on August 8th, so we're kitting out cars with PA systems and stuff like that. We have, what we've set up, we also have what we call a control room or a newsroom. So we're also tracking social media trends for some of the clients, campaigns we run on air. So again, this is a new development we actually set up about 6 months ago because of I think the evolution in digital communication. Again, we still have our own recording studios, so we produce all our content in-house. Again, there was no one doing this. So everything is, we've been forced to develop these properties because there was none to outsource to. Either do it locally or take it out to South Africa, which again was too expensive. So we said, you know what, let's build it ourselves and make it happen. And so I think in the same process, we create a lot of jobs. But again, you look at that studio, you can imagine what it takes to run a studio like that, what kind of knowledge is required. But again, you get a brief from some of the clients, they expect certain level of delivery, so we will go out and get the stuff in and do it everywhere. We have power trucks, again, we do have obviously inventory, just like Key House has mentioned, trade stage, trucking, trussing, lighting. So again, we have been forced to invest in the right profile of equipment. There's been obviously in the past where there's a huge invasion of low quality products from other markets like Asia, but now again, based on the kind of level that we're dealing in, we've been forced to invest in the right profile of truss or structure, be it whether it's Roby lighting, clay parquet, and this whole very expensive gear that you have no choice but to own. Again, on the PA systems, we've been forced to invest in systems like the JBL Vertec, Acoustic, KB2s. We just about acquired GMB system, again, based on the right way with a certain talent. So we're constantly evolving and growing. But like you said, again, the work exists. The market is still very, 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 very small. So we're able to play across different platforms. And just say last year we handled over 450 events from January to December. Yeah, that's one company. So we're doing an average of 5-6 events a day. And we've now gone to a point where we employ over 250 young guys. All right. But that again said is that we employ because we have to. We don't want to. Again, we also build amazing sets. There's a lot of demand again with the advent of the kind of exposure that clients are getting access to. They give us very huge riders and very, I think, very sophisticated kind of setup they expect to see at the events. And again, you take it with an open heart and try and bring it to life. But I can clearly say that the talent is not lacking in Kenya. A lot of our young kids are well schooled, well exposed, it's just the technique to bring some of these ideas to life. So we'll bring a lot of capacity, import a lot of capacity, especially from South Africa. So this set was designed by a bloke from South Africa, came with his drawings, put the guys together and built this for him. And I clearly you can see it was an amazing, beautiful space that he's built. Again, support for events, we do a couple of marathons, we've been forced to invest in tents and barriers and you name it. So it's a very interesting way. You find one company investing in all these dynamics because again the support system does not exist. Unlike here, you've got people specializing in special just back, trussing, staging, lighting, power, backline. In Kenya, we don't have that opportunity. So you're forced to literally invest in everything, which can be very, very time consuming and very expensive. But slowly we begin to see small groups popping up to specialize in certain areas of expertise. But again, it's the know-how that will affect and speed up how fast the market's going to grow. Because again, we know we can't do everything, but again, when you're given a brief and you have to deliver it, we never say no to a brief, sadly, right? Again, part of the stuff we do also a lot of activations for some of clients like Guinness, so in-bar promotions, supermarket kind of activations. So again, in that line alone, we employ close to 400 people. So these are kids who are in university but want to earn money on the side, so train them on how to go out there and be experiential activators. And so that's another line of business that's really grown very, 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 very fast. Again, part of our CSR is we now own a rugby team. So we picked some kids who had interest in playing rugby, didn't have access to the big clubs, and set up a club for them. So I'm proud to say that today, actually, this morning there's 8 of them in Cape Town, in Western Province, training for a game that will play against Germany on Saturday. And then there's 4 of them in London playing for the national sevens team, out of this block of 4. We also had, like I said, we set up an academy called the Music Technology Academy. It eventually set up as a DJ training school, but now it's evolved into more production, media, live sound, backstage. Again, it's a mix of everything, but what we're doing, we realize that there's no institute like this that exists in the market, so we try and build one that captures all facets of our production capacity. So again, this could eventually become a backstage academy or a link with the backstage academy and specialize in that area. So I think this is one of the exciting products that we've actually launched. It's about 4 years old now, but doing very, very well. Keep in mind how excited the kids are being in a space like this. Again, the ministry's got no clue what we're doing, or we just move on. And then it's a computer school. It's fine. Again, we've also got a team that, again, we believe very heavily in the power that young people possess. So not everyone's is cut out to become some engineer, producer, DJ. So we set up an institute called the Fix It Department, which now is purely tech. So based on the work we do for our clients, those applications, media websites, live streaming. So again, it's all based on the products we supply to our clients, but we build solutions around those products. So there's apps, there's NFC payment systems, there's tracking of inventory and movement of personnel across the country. So this is the division that is actually geared in. It's got about 20 young kids who just graduated from high school with IT degrees, but now want to work in the space around us. So we built this for them as well. Within that same platform, we have a team of guys who just analyze data. So we realized that between January and December, we had about, let's say, over 400 events. Those are close to 1 million interactions with consumers, easily. And so we're meeting all these people at special platforms like these, weddings, concerts, what are we doing with that data? So we set up this institute to just crunch data and analyze what's the market like, what are the trends, what are people doing, what people want at these events. So this was, again, an offshoot of what we needed to do for ourselves, and now we're selling this kind of solution to other clients as well. So I think just off this forum, if big data was here, give you a lot of insights into what's happening in this forum, who's attending, why not, is it growing or not, what you need to do in future to make sure it grows. So we realize that now data analysis has become a big tool in terms of planning for the future. Again, this is a platform we set up by a bunch of young guys. Again, this is an online job portal, so young guys can log in there, look for work, especially if we're recruiting temps for any activations, they'll log into the platform and get work there. Again, another solution produced. Again, I look at all these young guys and challenge them. This is one idea they came up with. This is an NFC-enabled card. We use at our events again for access control, for supporting the events, shopping at the events. So most of the events are now cashless. Get in, log in online, create an e-wallet, top it up with cash, get the card in the mail, come with the card to the concert and pay with the card and get rewards. So again, the same ecosystem is being utilized in very many different ways. All right, we never sleep. Again, what we then also realized is there was a need to manage the talent that was coming through the country, so we set up a value-added talent agency, because we're also doing a lot of bookings for clients, and realized, you know what, we need an artist who, where, how to get engagement. So it's a phone call and a phone call and a phone call, and by the time you get the artist on board, the price is quadrupled. So let's create a platform where we can actually put artist profiles on the platform. Clients can choose which artist they want, audition the artist, book them, and pay for them. And that gets paid immediately. So that's something we built up as well. And then we also own a radio station. This is 5 years old. This was set up in 2012, and now it's become the fastest growing urban radio station run by youth for youth. So 80% of our employees in the radio station are all students in university. And so we've just gotten an endorsement from the government to set up these stations in various universities around the country. So again, it means building from scratch, kitting out, training, and broadcasting. Yeah, this is just some, again, we do a lot of PR and communications for most of our clients. So this is, I think, an artist who is coming from, I think it's a wife from South Africa, came in for a concert, so this is like a sample of a press conference before he went out on stage. Now I'll run back to one other one that is a new development is happening actually in courtesy of an engagement in South Africa. So we've just recently teamed up with Publicis. Publicis, I think, set up shop here in South Africa some time back. And Publicis is a big agency from France that is looking at opening up shop in Africa, especially in East Africa. So they've looked at HomeBoyz and said, you know what, we want to work with you guys. So they're going to give us a couple of brands to manage. This is pretty communications. So we will then be running brands like Publicis Advertising, MSL that does PR, Neuron does digital, Publicis One does creative, Zenith Media Buying, TCC, I think you know very well, does a lot of activations in South Africa for Vodacom and people like that, and ARC does shopper marketing again in South Africa. So we're now representing these brands moving forward, I think, from the end of next month. So I think that's my spiel, guys. Thank you.